So hey guys, welcome back to the channel and a very happy new year to everyone. So in this video we are actually going to talk about how you can install Lineage OS 23 on your device. So it's technically the Lineage OS 23 GSI, and for that the first thing you need is a device with Treble support. So you need this app called as Treble Check, and you need an Android 10 device or above Android 10. So your device should have launched with Android 10, or it should have got the Android 10 update. So once you get this app from the description, download it, and you need to check that the Project Treble should be supported. Once that's supported, so now the steps are different than before. Like, some of you just commented on my last video that I don't have a PC, how am I supposed to do it? So it's general, you need this DSU Sideloader app, and now you can actually go into the Play Store and download this app called Shizuku. So it's technically nothing but a on-device ADB, and what you have to do from here is, first thing, you have to go into your settings. So I'll go into my settings, and you have to scroll all the way down. So make sure your bootloader is unlocked, because DSU Sideloader works with an unlocked bootloader. You can't force it to boot into a separate UI partially without unlocking your bootloader, or you should have at least root access. And in this video we are talking with no root access. So this is no PC, no root. You just need an unlocked bootloader. So once you are here, you need to enable developer option. So how to do that? You'll go into your about phone, and your about phone, you have to go to this software information. Once you're in your software information, you have to go and tap on your build number 7 times. You will have to enter your phone lock password if you have any. If you don't, you will just simply see this message, now you are developer, no need. You'll go back, and over here you can see you have this developer option. In the developer option, what you have to do is you have to go click on USB debugging. You have to enable that, and you have to enable this wireless debugging. So once you have done that, what you have to do is you have to come back, and you have to go into your Shizuku. So now in this pairing, you have to click over there, and you have to grant it the permission to show notifications. Once that's done, you'll show that this will show you a sign for developer option. You have to click there, and you have to go scroll all the way down to this wireless debugging again, and you will see you have to click over here pair device with pairing code. So you see this pairing code appears, and you'll see a pop-up pairing service found. You have to enter this code over there. So it's 509841, and I have to enter over here 509841, and I'll enter and hit send. So once that's sent, you will see the Shizuku. I had this previously, but you will see a new Shizuku right over here, and over here it will be showing that it's paired. Now you go there and hit start, and you'll see waiting for service. I'll hit allow, as it shows me to allow the DSU loader. So in case if you don't get that option, I'll go into this authorized. Yeah, you can see the authorized 0 app. Tap to manage authorized app. You have to click over here, and you'll have to go and enable this DSU loader. Once you have done that, you will be you'll have to connect to a Wi-Fi. Make sure you are connected to a Wi-Fi. And the drawback for this is it will just unpair again and again if you get disconnected from the Wi-Fi. Say you move out, you're no longer connected to your Wi-Fi, it will just disconnect. So now once you are there, you'll have to download the Lineage OS GSI, and you can find the link in the description. It's a direct link, you can just directly click on it and you'll get that. So you'll come into your DSU loader, and you can see missing permission DSU loader required. These things allow DSU loader, and you'll hit grant. Once it's granted, in the setting you will see operation mode is Shizuku. And if you did not watch my last video, we were actually using ADB. So if you would have checked that last time, it would show that it's ADB. So here you have to click on installation, and in the installation you will see I have this GSI downloaded, Lineage OS, and I'll hit just click on it. Now it shows Treble RM64 AB, and I'll click on install. So we'll wait for it to extract and all the things, and then I'll show you what we have to do. So you can see after your device has extracted the ROM file, and it's installed, it will ask you to actually authorize, and you'll have to allow, you can give it, yeah. So now you'll have to authorize it, and now it will process the partition. So over here you will see the partition is being processed, and this is a completely without a PC method, because a lot of guys were having issues with how to make it work with PC. I don't have a PC. So it's all right now. You can see the installation was successful, and you can check the notification to boot. So now our device is ready to be booted into our GSI, and it's a separate partition. So you have to click over here to restart into that GSI and discard it if you don't need it. So we'll hit restart, and our device will restart into the Lineage OS. So you can see the Lineage OS is booting up, and this is the boot animation. So it will be like a brand new device loading up again, and it's sort of like you're setting up a brand new device. So you'll have to wait as it takes time, and you can see the whole animation going on, and you'll have to set up your device. So again, while I'm setting it up, I'll just go through all the things which is very common to everyone. See, GSI is not a device specific thing. You are not going to have a very stable performance from a GSI. You can't go like, yeah, I can daily drive a GSI. It's absolutely not possible to do so. So, in my recommendation, GSI can be used for your own purpose of testing. If you wanted to test your device how it works on certain GSI, and GSIs are just really unstable. See, like right now I'm clicking on this accept and it does not goes forward. So yeah, here we are just moving forward with whatever we have, gesture, yeah, and we go ahead start. So here you go with the typical Lineage OS startup, and you can see there's this option called as treble. Once you go into treble, yeah, see, you can already see it crashing. Now you have this MediaTek setting to fix some issues if you have. Then you have the Samsung settings if you have some issues. So you can actually, if you are that nerdy guy who likes testing things, you can actually do it. Like you can see, I can force my refresh rate to, if I don't force it, it still is on. But yeah, I can also try dynamic, I can also set. So yeah, you have to be very cheeky enough to, or nerdy enough to be able to fix each and everything. And you will be able to fix, say, Volti. So in India, Volti does not work on Samsung devices. So you can actually use this and try to fix if you want to really try it out as a daily driver. So yeah, here you are with the Lineage OS completely installed, and in the settings I will just go ahead and show you. You can see it shows the device name Samsung A34 6B. So I have this custom kernel running which is causing it to be 6B, but it's a 6E. And you can see over here Lineage OS 23, the date, unofficial GSI. So here you go, you have this completely installed on your device and it's running. So you have all of this new, see, like this brightness slider works, but if I use another of my device, Samsung device, it won't work. So yeah, there are certain things which work, certain which does not, like, yeah. So here you go, and now let's talk about if what if you want to go back to your Samsung system. So all you have to do is you can click on this dynamic system update over here, expand it, and you see this option called as restart. All you have to do is restart. Now you'll go back into your system. In the system, you'll have to just simply again go to your notification and click on restart, and you will be back into your Lineage OS. But the Lineage OS will stay the same way you left it now. But if you discard it and reinstall it, then it will be again a whole new setup. So yeah, you have to go by that way. Say you root your GSI system and you think of doing something like that. No, it won't be possible because that's technically on a kernel level. So in my recommendation, just use it as a test system and that's going to work. So here you go. If you want to get more videos like this, consider subscribing. And if you have a certain type of ROM you want to test out, more like a GSI, hit me in the comments and I'll try to do as good I can to make these videos, which I've been trying. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you like this video, just consider hitting the like button, and if you like the content I make sure to subscribe.